Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to review a brand new Apple TV movie called Ghosted, starring Chris Evans and the beautiful Anna de Armas. She's also talented. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another opinionated critic who does my best to put himself out there in order for you guys to see whether you want to watch, listen, or read whatever I'm talking about. And today it's Ghosted on Apple TV, starring the beautiful Chris Evans and Anna de Armas. Now, I remember when this movie trailer came out because I remember the scene very particularly where the trailer came out, and I think Chris Evans has his arms up, and he's the person asks, "Who are you?" and he responds, the boyfriend. I remember vividly my wife turning to me and going, "Hey, why don't I have a boyfriend like that?" And I turned to her, stone faced, and go, "Well, it's because you're married." And she said, "So?" That's what I remember of the trailer. And then now it came out yesterday, and of course we had to watch it because she's a huge Chris Evans fan. Personally, he's up there. You can see my list of four Chris's again. You can see where I list them. But I'm only being honest with you. I think number one is only number one because I think she would murder me if I removed him. Now, in this movie, it also stars the very beautiful Anna de Armas. So, of course, she gets her best, my wife, and I get my best with Anna de Armas. They're both equally talented and they get to share the screen. The premise of this is that the both of them have a one night stand, and he feels that he's been ghosted because after the beautiful one night stand, he thinks she's the one and she hasn't responded. Yes, that's literally what ghosting means. That's literally the plot. Yes, he's a farmer and he helps keep the world alive with bees and pollination of bees and selling honey and flowers and whatever. My wife probably would never believe that he would be this good looking and so great to the environment and the world, but he is. And it comes to pass that he's looking to get in touch with her because he's missing his inhaler and he tracks her down. And then he finds out that she's not who she says he is. Shock, Pikachu face. I guess it's out there. That's the movie. A lot of action and comedy ensues, and it's very charming. But first, I'm going to get into the bad. Um, it's cheesy. It's an action comedy starring two beautiful people. You think it wouldn't be as cheesy, but it can be with the dialogue and the settings. It can be very cheesy, but it's an action comedy where the roles are reversed. The damsel in distress is Chris Evans, and that's probably what people aren't going to like. Is it's been done before. We've seen this movie 100 times, but okay, I didn't mind it. It was what it was. It was a popcorn movie, so you can sit with a popcorn movie and you can laugh at Chris Evans being dumb, and he's always charismatic. So I had no problem. And Anna de Armas can probably act her way out of a shoe. She's very talented. So again, you're watching two beautiful people uh, do it. So most people aren't going to like the premise is simple and the um, the thought of it being done before. To me, the good stuff outweighs it by a lot. And I'm sure if I go online and Google, people didn't like those two things that I said earlier, and they're gonna badmouth it and be like, "Ah, this movie sucks" or whatever. You know how the internet trolls talk, and I'm just gonna say, well, what are you watching? Because I watched the same thing, and it was way better uh, than what everybody is thinking. Yeah, it's a romance comedy, action comedy. What did you expect when you put it on? I'm sure if you're like most people, you're probably watching it with the sound down anyways because you're just staring at two beautiful people get along. But they have very good chemistry, Chris Evans and Anna de Armas. I think this is their second or third movie together. I know they were in Knives Out. Um, I don't know if they've been in anything else, but their chemistry in this was very good. You get a sense that they would be believable uh, together. The action sequences are really cool. There's a scene in there where uh, they're on like a spinny restaurant, like they have in the CN Tower or Seattle Spine Needle. Where a really cool action sequence with Adrian Brody, who's also in it, in there. That's really cool. It rounds out with some cameos that I didn't expect. I should have if I read any reviews or if I read anything leading up to the interviews. I don't like to boggle myself down with reviews and interviews of things I'm gonna watch because I want to go in there with an open mind there. But there are some great cameos. I won't say them because they're spoilers, but they are pretty funny. If you ask me, I thought they were some of the best parts of the film. I think all four or five that I was able to count are really good. There, I liked it. I thought it was funny, charming. Anna de Armas kicks ass. She does that in everything she does, but she shows you a side of her that you probably only saw in James Bond's No Time to Die. She adds to it there, but you could tell they got along. They probably. I would like to see, if anything, a blooper reel of this movie because I think there would be some very funny bloopers, especially with the pertaining to the cameos that are in it. But I liked it. We have uh, the beauty now of me giving you my review and where I rank it on my ranking because I know how much you guys wait for that. Uh, but I want you guys to tell me what you think of it down below and tell me what you think of me down below as well because that's the part I look forward to the most. You know me. But I want to give this a 7 out of 10. You can see where I put it on my board. Now, what's going to be great about this board is I filled it up with the top 5 movies so far this year. What's great about it is that means one of these movies is going to have to go next review or not. Maybe the next one I review is going to be an NR, and maybe that's it. Um, but if you're looking for an action movie that has some comedy reference to it and you want to laugh and shut off your brain a little bit, turn off the Instagram, turn off what you want, this movie is perfect for that. Apple TV did a good job. 7 out of 10 is not bad. I suggest you go out and watch it. If not, get on Apple TV right away. I wish they would promote their stuff anywhere else other than baseball because that's only where I see Apple TV Plus promoted. But they need to get out there and market better. Maybe pay me more. Well, they're not paying me at all, but maybe pay me, and I will just get the word out there that the best subscription out there is Apple TV. Um, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. And if I don't see you again, I'd like to say bom dia, boa tarde, and boa noite. Ciao, guys. Producer, hit my music, baby.